So there are a couple of ways to create a repository, upload files, and then upload your changes to that repository. In this example, I will start from github.com. I'm on the home page of the website, and here I'm in my own personal GitHub account. And here in the top left corner, there is this new button. I will click on that, and that opens create a new repository page. The only thing that I need to fill in here, I need to select myself as an owner, and I need to add a name. Since I was looking at the assignments for the week 18 today, I will just click week 18. I will leave everything else as is, and then I will click on this button on the bottom, create repository. All right, so that's it. That repository exists now on GitHub, and now I need to download it. I will click on this button, set up in desktop, and what that will do, it will open this repository on my local computer in a GitHub desktop application. There was this pop-up on the top, and here it is. Here is the program opened automatically, and I will click on this clone message. I will change this path. I want this repository to live just in my GitHub folder. So on my computer under the documents, I have a GitHub folder, and I will just create this repository as a week 18 repository in that folder. So select folder. So now the path is documents, GitHub, week 18, and it's a similar path in my repository on github.com. So I will click clone, and that's it. They're connected now. To prove everything is there, I will open my folder, and right here I have week 18 repository. It's currently empty. So let's change that. I will open my Visual Studio. I will open folders. So there are a couple of options here: new file, open folder. I can even clone this repository. So the action that we just did with GitHub desktop application, you can do that from Visual Studio Code. I already did it. So right now I just need to open folder, and I need to go to my documents, my GitHub, my week 18. I will select it, and I will click this button, select folder. I trust the author. So this is it. So I'm in my week 18 folder. So what now? Now I will create some files and folders inside. Just an overarching structure. First, I will click here on this button, and I will create a folder called CSS. Enter. I will click again on a new folder button, and I will call it, and I need to actually click back on a week 18 because my CSS folder was selected. I don't want to create another folder inside the CSS. I just want to create a new folder in the root of my week 18 folder, call it JS for JavaScript files. Again, I don't want, actually at this point, so you can see it's highlighted blue, my JavaScript folder. So I will create a new file. This is this other icon for a file. I will call it maybe main.js. So this is my JavaScript file. Maybe inside of the CSS, I will create my maybe main CSS file, and I'm going to highlight week 18 again to create my index.html file. And I didn't do it right, so now it's inside of the CSS, but that's easy to change. I'm just dragging it out, and now it's asking me, are you sure you want to move index.html into week 18? And I do want to do that. So now it's out. I have my CSS folder with a file, my JS folder with a file, and my index.html file. I now just noticed, so this time I was smart. I just clicked on this empty area to highlight it. This is my week 18 area. I will create a new folder, and I will call it images, because I'll probably need some images in there. Okay, so this is the structure I like. You you can see here, source control file, there were some changes, right? Visual Studio is smart. It sees that I've created some changes into this repository. So I could push these changes to my github.com page directly. Just to stay, maybe I'll do this next time, but right now I will go to stay in the same flow back to the app. So this is my, let me close everything else. This is my GitHub desktop app, and I can see the files with the folders. It's right here, and in the summary I will write created basic structure for the project. And I will click this button, commit to main. Now it's just asking me, are you sure? I'm saying, yes, I'm sure. I want to publish that. And it's done. So now if I go back here and if I refresh, I can see these changes are already in my week 18 folder. Now, since I'm on the roll, I want to add maybe a base skeleton. So I will go to the Bootstrap 4 page. This is on the very beginning. So getting started, introduction, and I will just take this starter template. I will go back to my Visual Studio, to this files section, index.html, and I will copy that here. I already have CSS, I have JavaScript, and I will click Control Save. I will go back to my GitHub desktop, and I can see right here, I made a change in the index.html file, and all the changes here in green. So I will add added index, added bootstrap, starter, and what did it say? Starter template. Commit to main and push the origin. And now that change should be reflected in this index.html file.